Let's move on to a more I guess a more serious conversation. I'm sure as most of you know by now, Kevin Samuels unfortunately passed away last week. So I want to first off say rest in peace to him. Uh, Condolences to his I believe his mother still excuse me his mother, his kids, family, friends, all that good stuff. But what I want to talk about is the way you motherfuckers just behaving online surrounding this shit. Because regardless, okay, first let me start off with if you're not as familiar with Kevin Samuels was a he was a how can I put it, a personality, radio online radio host, yeah, personality, podcaster, um, you know, what multimedia host, however you want to put it. He was that. He was essentially what I'm trying to be. Just usually he be talking about some shit that I don't really want to too much touch on. But anywho, he was that. He was like I said, personality, quote unquote public figures. Everybody wants to like to put in their bios and shit nowadays. But he was that, and a lot of the topic of his conversation was a lot of it was it was it was I want to say the the overall of his message and what his platform was about was the black family at the end of the day. The black family being together, staying together, and being whole. It was also that trickled down into really him just trying to give a just trying to get people to realize their reality and realize that what they may want in life may not be what you gonna get or may not even be what you deserve. And for the past 2.5, 3 years, um, he's been popularized for a lot of the negative things that he says about women. I know the Shade Room posts him a lot. Academics was posting him at one point. He was on Joe Budden. They did an episode together. He also had Brittany Renner on his show when she was running around doing her whole thing for whatever the fuck. So the the blogs, he was basically known for the on the blogs as the old the old man is giving bullshit quote unquote relationship advice and bashing women. So there was a lot of people who didn't like him because of the things that he was saying to women, and it was a lot of the sentiment around Kevin Samuels' message was it's not really what you said, but it's more so how you said it. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, my nigga. I don't see how motherfuckers. I mean, I guess if the motherfucker's talking to you, I see how you can get offended by the tone of what somebody's saying. But a lot of the shit he was saying, it was it was. I mean, I guess it just was what it was. I'm not saying that I agree with a lot of the shit he was saying. I'm not saying I disagree with a lot of shit he was saying. I've watched a couple of his full, and this is another thing. I've watched a couple of his full length, like the full length, I guess replay of like the streams or just his show, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of it is a lot different than the bullshit, uh 30 to 60 second clips that you see on, like I said, the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, and all these blogs and shit like that. So but of course they pull the worst of the worst from all his clips, and nobody goes and actually sees the whole story. So you get you get the perception that they want to give you. So I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people well, why women feel the way they feel about him. But I think it's just real fucked up how you better. Fuck. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to say this shit without sounding like I'm championing this nigga or what the fuck he was standing for. But I feel like a lot of you bitter bitches out there is just mad that he was telling y'all some shit that y'all ain't never heard before, and y'all running around celebrating this nigga's death. That's some sick shit, fam. Like that is some sick. That's some sick shit, bro. Like I don't know how. I don't know if this is true or not, but I seen Joe and them was talking about it last Saturday, and they said that allegedly, supposedly, his mom found out about this shit through a fucking somebody making a fucking joke on this nigga being dead or some shit that the caption was like on some good riddance type shit. And that's how his mama found out that her son was dead, my nigga. Like think about that shit, bruh. Like think about God forbid and knock on something, knock on whatever. If I was to pass my nigga and then somebody went through my fucking YouTube and seen some shit, some bullshit that I said where I may have been trying to be funny or something like that, or whatever the fuck, and just put it out there and said, I'm glad this nigga gone. Some shit like that. That's how my mama found out that I was dead, my nigga. Like that's some wild shit, bro. That's some sick shit. And like the fucked up part is you niggas is online making jokes and making memes and all this shit. But it's like my nigga, this man is gone. May he rest in peace. This man is gone. So the only people that's left to deal with these fucking memes and these jokes and shit is people who actually gave a fuck about him. Like, it's one thing to not give a fuck about him. And I seen a whole lot of motherfuckers trying to hide behind this shit too. It's like everybody don't deserve your condolences. Everybody don't deserve your sympathy. Everybody don't deserve your good faith or whatever the fuck. And it's like, my nigga, yeah, that's one thing. To not give a fuck is one thing. If you don't give a fuck, then you just don't give a fuck, and it is what the fuck it is. But to celebrate and say some shit like I seen a lot of shit that was like good riddance, and then I seen some shit that